How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of mystery beer time in hope of, I have no idea what the fuck it is. This comes courtesy of Jason from Corny Craft Beers. He threw off a big old spot of beers, mystery and otherwise, and we're going to dive into it. Mystery beers, if you don't know what they are, that's kind of weird because you're watching my reviews, so you should know. If you don't know, then go watch my older ones. I'm not going to explain it to you anymore. Anyway, what do we have here? Ooh, Dirty Glass Mafia. Oh, I watched everything, too. Let's give it a quick tap there. Let's see what happens. I mean, that looks, honestly, more like iced tea than beer. So I'm assuming it's either going to be Saison base or an old school kind of IPA. Just under a pinky finger. Infinitely tight head. Sans a couple of little bit of soapy edges on the side for me kind of rattling shit around. But yeah, she's got a murky kind of amber kind of color to her with like a big particulate kind of haze. It's like not like a soft, creamy kind of haze. Like I said, it looks like more like a granular kind of iced tea kind of thing going on as opposed to just like a soft haziness to her. So yeah, old school double IPA, maybe a little Saison, maybe a little Belgian ale. A little canned Belgian, maybe. Let's see what the nose has. Yeah, I mean, it honestly smells like an American barley wine. So it could be your kind of double IPA, old school kind of double IPA, triple IPA version of those kind of double digits. Because you get like a rich kind of old kind of, cluster kind of cascadey kind of centennial kind of hop vibe off of it. Then you get a soft kind of caramel note off of it too. I'm not getting a big huge booze component. That's kind of what makes me be like, I don't think it's American barley wine. I just think it's kind of that old school kind of hopped ale. So yeah, not really much on the nose. If anything, if a gun in my head right now, I'm going double IPA. But yeah, I have no idea. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, it's definitely getting way closer to that double IPA meets American barley wine kind of thing going on. Rich sweetness, somewhere beyond even a malt sweetness. I don't want to say there's confectionery syrup in here, or confectionery powder. I'm trying to say milk sugar or lactose. I think this is something a little bit more kind of like old school, like a really big dollop of honey, or maybe even like a Belgian candied sugar. It's coming off more like that. You're definitely getting those old school hops. Not nearly as vibrant as I thought they'd be based off of the nose, but they're definitely there. It's a sweet beer. It's a very big beer. Not necessarily an alcohol. You can get a little bit of warming, but how sweet it is, how sweet that comes off, just kind of screams at me. It's towing that line between double, triple IPA and like an American barley. It's not an American barley wine. It's somebody's kind of triple IPA is what it is. But I'm assuming because since Jason lives down in Florida way, I'm assuming this is somebody's kind of triple IPA, probably with some additional sweetness. Like I said, it tastes a bit more of like a refined honey sugar kind of sweetness, but it could be just lactose. So somebody's take on like a triple IPA from down that way, but coming off a bit old school. So imagine like a lactose kind of sweetened kind of a triple IPA, but with this old school kind of hop treatment. Yeah, so what do we have? A 10%, somebody's triple IPA, old school hops. I think that's all you got. There's a sweetness to it outside of the malt, so there's something bringing it to you. I keep wanting to go back to like a refined honey sugar, not necessarily straight honey, because it doesn't have that flabbiness, nor does it have that kind of tempered sweetness that real honey tends to bring, but some kind of additional sweetness. That's pretty much it. So yeah, 10.2. Let's go 10.2% triple IPA with an old school kind of hop. If someone says it's an American barley wine or an American old ale, then, I'm fine with that shit, but we'll see what this has to offer. It's very humid, so this label's kind of like a little bit... What do we have here? Ooh, it's an answer. Let's see. This is a hazy double IPA with Citra, Simcoe, and Enigma hops. This is a collaboration between Hidden Springs Ale Works and The Answer. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Even though I called it a double IPA that was verging on kind of like a triple IPA that was kind of like an American barley wine. It's very, very, very sweet. With them just saying it is just hazy double IPA with that hop addition and nothing else, I'm really surprised that it doesn't have a secondary kind of sweetness addition to it, because that's how it comes off to me. Very sweet, like very. Unless, here's the other thing, and I didn't even bring this up. And I don't think it. I mean, now that I'm actually like looking at the beer, you can say, okay, now you know what it is. This could be just tons of dextrose thrown in there, because a lot of people that make the hazy IPAs use dextrose as a means to get from the malt thing without the big malt base to the sweet portion of the show, the alcohol portion of the show, and a hazy IPA with a big kind of malt following. I can see this having way too much dextrose to where the yeast just quit and that residual sugar is left behind. That could be that sweetness I was talking about. But yeah, I didn't even talk about whether I like it or not. In this setting, first beer of the night, it's way too sweet for me. The hops are kind of cool because it does play a bit old school. Not really getting much new school. Sure, citrus and stuff like that, but that sweetness kind of tempers down that citrus. You're left with those kind of bitter and kind of tannic, kind of herbally hops. But if this is like in a bottle share, and this is like, about, halfway through the bottle share, 3/4 way through the bottle share, someone cracked this, I think it would go over like awesomely, because I think that sweetness would hold up to a lot of beers that were opened earlier. So as a straight, just open it up first thing kind of beer, it just comes off way too sweet for me. But I could see this actually serving a purpose, and serving it pretty damn fucking well. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late. No, in this setting, definitely not. But it's unique in that aspect. I'm really enjoyed fucking giving it a whirl. Value and availability, no idea. I don't know what Hidden Springs goes for down that way, let alone being a collab with The Answer, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like super duper sweet double IPAs and you want some bit of old school hops, that's what you can get in there. There is that soft kind of citrus underneath, but really it's just kind of old school kind of bittering, and then you have that big sweet component on top of it. So if that's what you dig, this will probably make you kind of happy. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little, say this again. The high life right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers. Actually, you know what? Is that like their version of a double IPA version of Miller High Life? I can kind of see that being the thing. But anyway, we're too far gone now. Cheers.